Okay. Hey there! Let's record our last video of TDD, and in this video we're going to talk about mutations in Node.js. If you followed along for the past couple of videos, we fetched users from database, mocked an implementation of Prisma using Vitest. And let's begin by refactoring first. I'm going to run my tests, see the green line in here, okay, we are good to go. As long as we keep this green line, we can refactor. Just want to make sure that we don't break anything, okay? I'm going to create a folder directory called source, and I want to put my routes in it. So create a user route in here, and I want the user.route. We already have a user test file here, so I'm going to put that in the routes.test.ts. Okay, I'm going to change the app directory to source and moving along its test all together. Okay, and in the route user route file, I want to import router from express router. And I want to cut this line in, paste it in here, and I want to use the router.get instead of slash user. I want to use the slash and import Prisma. And in here I want to say app.use slash user router. Import user router from routes and the user.route.ts file. Delete unnecessary dependencies, and it's taking so long. Why is it happening? Because it's fetching the actual database in here, and I want to mock the database Prisma in here, so I have to create a relational route to this, which is database in here. So I want to move the database directory into source directory, and if I do that, what is this file doing? Oh, it's doing nothing. I'm gonna keep that, but in database mock is here, prisma.file is here, and I wanna say that database, it's actually routing from routes, source routes, database, and Prisma. When we hit save, it does all the tests under 100 milliseconds. But when we run all the tests, we get, we still get something. What of this? User.test.ts file. We still have user.test. Let's refresh our. Yep, it's working correctly. And now you can see I don't need to modify any Postman, make an API call via Postman, or test out my APIs manually by myself. All the tests that I've written are doing these for me, which is great. Now imagine if I had like 20 APIs or 30 APIs. It's harder to scale when you don't write tests. So I recommend, that is why the importance of writing tests first. Okay. Now I've done these refactorings. I want to say start of episode 3 start, and I want to push it. Let's push it. Okay, let's do a mutation. We head over to our schema file. I want to make a create call to user API. I want to make an API which is creating a new user. Two of these fields are necessary. The first one is ID, the second one is email. The rest of them are optional. This could be an empty array, which is optional. Okay, in here we're going to implement our router.post. Gotcha. That is the first thing that we don't do in TDD. We write tests first, then implementation. Okay, so we remove this line, we get back to our tests, and in here I want to describe user post or creating a new user. That would work both ways. Okay, it should. The first thing that I want to do is to check whether the request contains email address and name. Oh, the name was optional. We should only provide email because this is the default and it's automatically handled by database, but the crucial field is email. It should get email from the user, or it should get email, and mark this function as async. Okay, for our AAA method, act and assertions, I want to say things like I don't want to move into a range. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe. Email address should be something at example.com. Response, I want the request app.post /user with send of the email. Okay, it should get email, and we expect let's yeah, let's mark email as undefined in here, and I want the response that status to be 404, and I expect another thing, that body to match object message error, and I want to error field to be email is required. We hit save. We see the red bar in here, and we go fix it. Move on to our implementation. Router.post /a request and response. Request.body. If the email is not provided, I expect it to response that status to be 404 and send. Do we have JSON in here? Error. I'm sorry, message to be error, and the error should be email is required, right? Yep, the test is passing now. That was our first test. We save this. Now move on to the next level of test. Should get email, should make a new user. If the email is valid, obviously. Example at something post response await request app.post dot set encoding email. We expect that response.status to be 21 and response.body to match object message okay, and the data should be the created user. Something like we set up in here. I want to the Prisma response to be ID of something like 1 and the email of the provided email. And this is still arrangement and this is act. So I want the Prisma user dot create mock result value once, and I want to return to response. See, the problem here is not assignable to type string because it's missing some following properties. The missings are the address and the name and anything else that should be null. Posts. Is this working? Prisma response argument of type ID number is not a, oh, the ID is a string. Okay. That should do it. Can I remove this? No, I can't. Okay. And still acting in here. Then I'm going to write assertions, which I did. And I expect the data to this to be the Prisma response. Okay. Let's write our implementation. We check the email in here and let's make a call created user or just the user await Prisma user create with the argument of email data email and response.status to be to 1 and send it the user, the created user. Cannot set this after sent to the client. What? So I found a problem in here. First, I had to import router in an object in here instead of in here. So I removed this. And I have to import email like this. I'm sorry, that was my mistake. You must have gone through a bad days to see me making these errors. And I don't have to return status email is required in here. Instead, what is this gonna do and making calls in here obviously is to scratch that part and throw new error email is required and make this in a try catch with the with an error provided in here and paste this in here, and instead if yeah, response with 404 and JSON like this exactly. Or we can just provide this error. And now I want to be a tool one, which shows that Prisma user.create. We get 404 for not providing any emails. I might not let's log this pndev, and I have to make a postman call. Nodemon source app.ts file. App.ts, dude. App.ts, thank you. Let's make an API call. Zoom in a little bit. Local host 3000, right? Is my server running? Nope, it's not running. Okay, my server, I didn't provide any ports to my server, so I'm going to use this file index.ts, and I'm going to import the app file app module and run on a 3000 port, and I'm going to provide nodemon index.ts. Check our app, it's working. Get user, it's working again. Perfect. If I want to create a post and I provide an email, I would do something like example@.com or something.com, and it should be double quote. The message and error, and seek the login here. We don't have any logs. Okay, hear me out. Here's what I missed. Okay, this is so funny. I had to import body parser, require body parser, and then use it app.use body parser.json in here. Okay, let's install body parser. PNI body parser. Super fast. Reload our VS Code environment and check to see if this working right now. It seems to me that it's working. Yeah, it's working. And if I check the tests again, you see that the data that it provides is expected, and what it received is basically nothing. That is why in user router I need to the message should be okay. Data should be user and the message should be okay, or the user has been created. What we received should make a new user working, but instead email is required is not working. That's why I'm just gonna quickly save this, and we see the green bar. This was a long video. Honestly, I planned this to be at most 15 minutes. I don't know what it's like to be 20 minutes or something, but I hope you enjoyed it, and we can do a little bit more refactoring if you want to. If you want to stick around, we can use ZA to validate our email or any other fields that we want to provide, and use Vitest to test it out. But I'm going to wrap this up. Let me know in the comment section if you want more of these videos using TDD or any concepts that I've learned in books, and I can make a full video of it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Bye bye.